Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. We always say we'll go live when things are happening at the football club, not just on the pitch, off the pitch today. It is a little bit off the pitch, Reedy. It's not Rude, he's still there. Much as some of you might want to know, is it Rude Van Nistelrooy gone? It's not, it's PSR rears its ugly head again. So we want to know your views, your comments. Obviously, I'll be chatting to Reedy here about it, but let us know what you think. Again, it just feels like, Reedy, we've just had a woeful season. We seem to escape PSR. I think we did it by loopholes, but it's back again already, and the season's not even over.
Yeah, I from what we've read, as you can see here on the first tweet from John Percy, he said we've been charged with the alleged breach of PSR from last year, so the 23-24 season, when we were in the Championship. And it has been referred to an independent commission to check this out. But in my opinion, obviously, we've recently seen that they've changed rules. So this loophole that we did get out of it before has been tightened. So there's no way of getting out of it. For me, I don't feel like they can charge someone once they change the rules, saying, thinking, now it's changed, we can charge you for it.
Well, the rules haven't, as far as I understand, which I'm no expert on it, but it sounds like the rules haven't changed. The bit that's changed is the fact is jurisdiction, i.e.
Yes.
When we went to the Championship, the Premier League were like, well, we can do you for this and that. And the club sort of went back and said, well, we can't because we're not part of the Premier League. And now, since all that, the EFL and the Premier League have tightened up that. I think you'd call it a bit of a loophole.
Yeah.
And saying, no, look, now we do have jurisdiction over between us and the EFL.
Yeah, like this second tweet from Rob Dorset does say, it means that Leicester City will start next season with in the Championship with a PSR charge and possible point deduction hanging over them. Both sides accept there are no issue with jurisdiction now. So Leicester engage in discussions with the EFL and the Premier League. So again, there's no issue with our side. It just depends now if we have broken the rules and broken PSR or not. From what I've seen on BBC as well, there's 3 charges we've been charged with this season, or whatever. Oh yeah, sorry, last season. But again, we won the charge battle the last 2 years. It's just the last year's now that we're trying to battle with. But again, what can we do? Because it feels like every year now we're competing with a PSR breach, and we heard when we were relegated that Rude apparently can't be sacked because if we buy him out and let him go, he'll breach PSR as well. So there's many issues about it, but then you look at the likes of Chelsea and all that, who can spend whatever they like and still get away with stuff. Man City
have 100
charges. We seem to, like the smaller clubs who try and breach their way through to the top 6, we just can't seem to do it, because at the moment you don't do it and you do start falling down the table, you get caught with
let's see some people's comments in there. Mark, talk about being kicked when you're down. Yeah, Mark, I know we're relegated. It's been woeful, and I agree with what you're saying. Yeah, Tom says internal review taking place.
Yeah.
Mark, no surprise with us, to be fair. To be fair, I was saying I'd heard rumours and whispers from within the club that they thought we're all good on it. So
we might still be.
Yeah.
They've just breached, and now it's got to go to an independent party or whatnot to try and see if we have or not. But again, like you say, it might not be. But right now, with us being charged by the Premier League, now the rules have not rules, but how to change the jurisdiction, stuff like that, they can give us point deduction even if we're not in that league anymore.
Yeah.
So before we couldn't, but now they've changed the rules and stuff like that a bit. Even if you're in the Championship, the Premier League can deduct points to you. Mark again says more rules for top so-called Big 6, saying the called top 6. Yeah.
So I just, if you move on to David James Wainwright. Now David says here, hi David, hope you're well. He says massive points deduction for Man City and taking off points off us, so City will stay up. I was having that exact conversation. I think you and me were having it yesterday, where I said they could deduct Man City 40 points this season, and it won't cost Man City necessarily the Champions League, because they may not qualify for it. They haven't won the Premier League. If ever Man City were to be given a big points deduction with the way the three teams have been, it would be this season. You could give them something massive and go, right, next season they're not in Europe. But apart from that, they start off, if they applied it this year, to be fair, I'd rather if we have got any issues, they apply it this season as well to us.
But the issue with the likes of the Man City one, will it be given this year? Knowing us now we're relegated, we're happy for it to be given to us. But because of how long it could take, it probably will be next season we'll get the point.
Well, I remember a couple of years ago, Forest were in and out of all this debate, and they didn't have theirs applied until the last but one game, if you remember that.
Yeah. Tom here does say if the club thinks we're all good, it most certainly means we're
not.
Yeah. Brian says, a sad situation is don't all Premier League clubs vote on these rules.
Oh yeah, it's been brought in. It was I think, without being an expert on it, I think it was some loophole because not many teams who've spent as much money as us as we did. We were the 7th highest Premier League spenders the season we got relegated. So we went down with a massive squad. And again, me and Reedy, we were talking earlier. I don't know if just take that one off. When we went to the Championship, you've got to remember, we then bought Cody and put him on reportedly 90 grand a week. And Winks 90 grand a week. What Championship sides fund those sorts of wages?
Yeah.
TJ Chapman says it's no surprise. I genuinely think we're going to break PSR again and take another hit in order to properly rebuild the squad.
But I think if we do get that point deduction, I honestly can't see us doing anything special next year in the fact of getting playoffs or top 2 and whatnot. For me, it just seems like we're getting caught with it every year at the moment, and maybe there is a reason why we are going at the club at times to sort things out, because it is getting to the point now where we keep doing it. Like
it's interesting from Tony. He says it's a bit of a circus. Flogged season tickets early. The season tickets did go on sale very early, Reedy.
Yeah,
which is unusual. Did they know something was coming up? I don't know.
Bazza does say, hey, it would be nice to have one season, not to screw up another peaceful season. I'd say that last year was, but then again, with this coming up now, it probably wasn't.
But you look back, Reedy, and you go, 90 grand a week wages for Winks and Cody. It's not sustainable.
Yeah.
It's just,
no.
It's too much. And then again, we've done it this year with Edouard, and other players. There's so many players.
Well, is that maybe a reason why we're letting Vardy go? Because they not want to pay the 140 grand a week kind of wage. Lewis here does say it's just laughable really when you think of how all the big clubs seem to give players massive contracts and dodgy sponsorships. Have we not got any hotels we can sell? No, probably not. Tony says we have lost 196 million in 3 years. Can't carry on.
I don't know if that figure's true, Tony. I'm not sure, but
well, if you think about it, we lost a lot of players when the year we went down the first time. Not last year. The year before.
we bought a lot of players for big money and then let them go for free, which is part of the financialness, isn't it? It's just, I mean, if you just put back on screen the tweets, just for people who've joined us, maybe they can see that this is out there. John Percy saying that the Premier League has charged Leicester City with an alleged breach of PSR for last season. Leicester have been referred to an independent commission. Another legal battle is looming. And then tweet 2 from Rob Dorset says it means we'll start the season next year with a PSR charge and possible points deduction hanging over them. Which none of this really is. I mean, whether Rude's in or Rude's out or players coming in, players coming out. This was part of what messed us around last summer, isn't it?
Yeah, like I said, we were looking at getting a point deduction last season. We got away from it. But again, now it's coming up again. And I'm not shocked that something's coming out with the club again. I thought it would have been a situation with what the club is doing going forward. But this is probably a big reason why they've not mentioned anything with Rude or whatnot, because it probably could cause this more. Like I say, Rude getting sacked and getting a payout will probably we might breach it anyway. So we could be safe,
But this is based on last year's figures.
No, yes, no, I get that.
Not really what happens now.
No, I get that, but again, it's still the case this year where we could be still nearly breaching it this year, let alone last year, the year before. We're getting to the point now where we're just giving too many contracts too many big contracts to too many players, and it's getting to the point now where, like I say, Winks needs to be cut to probably half if he's staying, or Vestergaard.
You can't do that unless it's in your contract.
No, you
He
can't.
joined in the Championship on that big contract, so
It's like we're still trying to pay players top six. Well, not top six.
yeah,
but
no, that is
near enough.
top
because
six
that's
wages.
There
won't be many players at Fulham, Brentford, Bournemouth
No,
on
of
90
course
grand a
not.
week.
No, I don't mean like that. I mean, like, for instance, top six, if you call like the Arsenal, they're like 200-300 grand a week, but mid to higher table of the Premier League, we're paying them that sort of wage when we're getting relegated. That's the issue, and that's why we're getting caught. I think I remember, was it last year or the year before, where we were paying wages 104, 107% over?
It's always been over 100%.
Yeah.
Let's get a few more comments in, just see what people are saying.
Nathan here says Mongo to outbalance the books.
It could happen.
Maybe. Daniel does say I can't believe something that doesn't exist at Leicester.
Communication doesn't exist, Daniel, very easily.
No.
I understand. Listen, when we won the league, the club didn't really come out and make much communication with fans. But I don't know. I remember seeing, I think it was Colchester United got relegated this season, and that their board came out and said, "Look, we've had a bad year. We've messed up. We're going to learn from it. We're making changes." I think they brought Mark Hughes in. I think it was Colchester, and it was a bit of an open letter to the fans, and it gives the fans something to understand what's going on. Whereas we're here speculating, guessing, reading different journalists' tweets and trying to make head and a tail of it.
Yeah. Nathan also says that the uncertainty will impact the potential new manager and player transfers.
It will certainly, whether Rude is here or not, is one thing or another, but it will affect what players come and go.
Yeah, like I say, Tony says here, Ruben will now no other managers will take the job of this club over Hangers. Again,
you could argue that.
Yeah,
I think Tony could be right. I think
that's maybe why Cooper took the job at the start of the season.
Well,
because he was expecting maybe something to come.
It's probably why not many others wanted it.
Yeah, maybe so. And then Robbie Sparrow here says the FA Premiership are a farce. They are just as bad as FIFA. Again, the obviously with what we did in the loophole, they had to tighten it up because we did find that loophole in the rules. So they had to tighten it for anyone else who tried to do it or could do it. But that's my issue now is they can't charge us for something after changing the rules and go, right, you broke it there, but now the rules are this.
Well, I think again, my understanding is I'm no financial expert. My understanding is the rules were there. It was just the fact of us crossing between the same set of rules from the Premier League to the EFL that people are saying, well, they're different. They're two sets of rules, and now they're saying, well, no, they were always the same set of rules. But you were right. We had a hole in the paperwork, which meant
but they can't.
That's
why I say they can't charge us now for something that we did win the battle before.
Well, maybe there is maybe you're the genius who's got the loophole, but it sounds from what we're reading, it sounds like the club are kind of, there is a club statement out there, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
and like Rob Dorsey did say here when it says it means Leicester will start next season in the Championship with a PSR charge and a point deduction. It means that from what it sounds like, something will happen. He's saying we will start the season. So I don't know what to say. Again, we did expect.
We don't know.
We did expect 80-90% chance of getting a point deduction at the start of the season. He somehow escaped it. Will it happen again from last year?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Give it to us now.
Yeah, I don't think
They won't.
It won't. It's like Man City. They'll probably give them this year.
Yeah.
Just so they don't care about it now. But it is what it is. We'll get a few more comments to finish off. Ian said that the lawyers will fight all the way. Mr. Marco, whatever his name was, who got us out of it last time. Tony said same rules can't lose more than £5 million in a year in 3 years. Yeah, I think that changed because when we were in the Championship, it deducted a bit to about 80, 90 mil.
I think the reality is, Reedy, is like none of us are experts on it. We all have to obviously trust the club are doing the right thing.
Trust is a big word for
Well,
it.
I hope they are. So far, it's worked out all right, but
Yeah.
it does feel like maybe something's going to catch us up. So everybody, listen. We don't know what's going on. We've just, Baz says it could be a tough season. It will have. Well, the season ticket sales have gone pretty well because a lot of people there was quite a lot didn't renew, but a lot of new people who have got in who've been trying for years to get a season ticket. So, listen, we don't know what's really going on. We've seen what the media is reporting. We thanks for all your comments. We'll have to watch this space. We'll have to watch this space.
Yeah, cheers for joining, guys, and we'll catch you hopefully next time if more news comes out, or if not, on Thursday for the next show. Cheers, guys.
The Leicester City machine is on the march again.
Leicester Fan TV presents a variety of content like fan discussions, match analysis, and engaging with Leicester fans worldwide. We want your views live, thanks to our sponsors, Everard's, Pucker Pies, Hologram, Take Me, Newbie & Co, and the Fox's Arms.
Want to watch more content like this? Hit the like button. Give us your views. Hit subscribe to Leicester Fan TV and make sure to follow Leicester Fan TV on all socials.